Dude. Thanks. I guess we just start at the beginning. My earliest memory I have. The earliest one, the very first one, is the first time I sat down to use the restroom. And I remember I sat down and I peed, and what happened was it went between the bowl and the seat and went straight forward, and it landed in my pants. And 2-year-old Harrison couldn't figure out exactly what happened. He just put his pants back on and went, well, guess the toilet's broken, because that didn't work. That's where, as far as I know, my life started. So, it's all right. I'm not cool. I'm not a cool person, and I'm coming to terms with it. I had to reorganize my house because I realized that I was leaving my condoms in the same drawer as my sword. And I know I'm not using either of them anytime soon, but seems like a bad idea. Seems like the wrong move. I realized the other day that if my dad and I went to high school together, he would have bullied me, and I know that because when I was in high school, my dad bullied me. So, pretty clear indicator. I don't know. I guess I'm a nerd. I don't like nerds, though. Nerds, they always I guess lately I've just been frustrated. They always act like sports are complicated. And they're not. It's like if you want to watch football, you got to know 4 numbers. It's 6, 4, 2, and 1. Those are the only numbers that might come up. It's really easy. It's like, oh, but why are they different? It doesn't matter. Just watch the game. You play board games. Every board game is the most complicated thing I've ever heard of in my entire life. It's like, tonight we're playing Lords of Waterdeep. It's like Monopoly, but you got to keep a secret. My dad is cool. My dad's a cool guy. He keeps a book about NPR on his coffee table, so he looks like the kind of person who reads and listens to NPR without doing either of those things. It's a good move. I like it. I personally am a big fan of NPR. My favorite thing about NPR is their little in-between stories, because they'll do a whole hour about, everything that's happening and all that fun stuff, but then they'll just jump in right after that and just be like, a man in China was denied a home loan today due to the fact he could not give fingerprints, due to the fact he did not have arms, and then they just move on. There's a homeless, armless man in China, and we're not discussing this any further. I guess that's fine. My favorite one they did, they said the world's first ever head transplant was successfully completed by a German scientist. Thought we all agreed German people aren't allowed to do science anymore. Could have sworn we wrote that in somewhere. I don't know. My grandma died recently. It's okay. She wasn't really my grandma's, she was my dad's mom, if that makes sense to anyone. I don't know if anyone else had that relationship. Plus, all of my grandparents are divorced and remarried, so 3 of them are dead, but I'm still up 1. I'm doing pretty good on grandparents. Not all that worried about it. We knew she was gone. We went to the hospital, and as we were leaving, one of the nurses came in, looked at her, and was like, "Hey, I'm praying for you." It's like, you're a nurse. Take her blood pressure. You can do something. And I don't mind when people say they're praying for it. It's nice. As long as there's a reason. If I'm like, oh man, I've been having a real rough week, and they're like, oh, I'm praying for you. That's good. But if you just say bye, I'm praying for you, who are you? What did I do? Who put you in charge of my eternal soul? I don't like that at all. I don't know what you're implying, but seems rude. I had to buy a hammer recently. I wasn't ready for it. I walked into Home Depot. I was like, oh, this is gonna be easy. Turns out they got a whole hammer section, and I was not prepared for the hammer section. They got hammers and mallets, and mallet's just a fancy word for hammer, but nobody tells you that. I just bought the one that looked the most like a cartoon hammer. It's the only frame of reference that I had. And this looks like something Tim Allen would use. I just left the store. I don't feel good in a Home Depot. I feel good in a Target. I feel fuckable in a Target. Walking around in Target, like, yeah, this is a spatula and a rug. I'm gonna know exactly what's going on here. This is easy. I could buy a hammer in a Target easily. They got one hammer there. That's a Massimo brand hammer. It's right there. Super easy. Might be able to tell I'm actually half gay on my mom's side. My mom is a lesbian. I was raised by lesbians. It's a lot like being raised by wolves. You know, there's just a lot less wolves and a lot more sex advice from the chicks your mom's banging. So. Good advice. Can't use any of it. All reminds me of my mom. So. I don't know, man. She came out when I was in middle school, and I'm gonna make a long story short. She came out when I was in middle school. I thought it was genetic. I was gay in middle school. It's the worst time you can be gay. I figured it out later. I don't know if you ever seen that. They have those that whole like It Gets Better program. They talk about how life gets better. They have these videos of like successful gay people and famous people, all that stuff, and talking about how it gets better. And that's cool. And it does. It does get better. You know, it gets better like when you find someone you love, and the society is becoming more progressive. Or like when you find out you're not gay. That's when it got better for me, at least. I'm not trying to say it's better to be straight. I'm just saying if you spend 3 years worried about the day you gotta suck a dick and you find out you don't have to suck a dick, life gets a lot better. It's a lot better. I was in the Air Force. Surprise. At least surprises me every time. It's like, whoa, they let me do that. It was all right. I just worked on computers the whole time. I always feel weird anytime someone thanks me for my service. I'm always just like, oh, have you ever updated Windows? Thank you for your service. Thank you for everything you've done for this great nation. It was all right. I got out and I was going through all these job interviews. They don't prepare you for job interviews. I only had one job interview before I ever got out, and it was just a guy being like, "Are you willing to die for your country?" And I was like, "No, but I'm willing to lie to move out of my parents' house. So let's get these papers signed." Take some tests, get a full medical, a guy looks right at your butthole. They don't do that, civilian. I've been scrubbing my butthole, nobody's even checked, so. I had a buddy who tried to join. He tried to join the military. He got in, he got to the physical. This is fucked up, but this is what happened. And I just want to say, he's doing a lot better now. But he pulls down his pants, and from like 10 feet, like 5 feet, I don't know, from a distance, the doctor sees and goes, "Oh, that's not right." Oh yeah, that's a problem. Good news and bad news. Good news, you don't have to be in the military. Bad news, you do have testicular cancer. So he's doing better. He's doing. I just wanted to say that up front, so I didn't get that awe, but it happened anyways. That's fine. He's telling his girlfriend told her parents about it, and her dad looked at her and was like, "You didn't notice?" And I don't know, man. Quit asking your daughter that. Don't ask your daughter that. Being a woman is hard enough. You gotta take care of yourself. Now you're responsible for this other guy's balls. I don't like that at all. I think, we're gonna do one really, really short done, and then we're done. This is dumb, but I like this joke anyways. Buy one, get one. Any topping pizza. Any topping pizza. Any topping pizza. I'll take one human meat pizza, please. Okay, what do you want on your second pizza? You get 2 pizzas. I'll take a baby. You want me to cook a baby? I'll cook a baby. You don't think we got a human meat guy? He's just a guy. We keep him tied up in the back. I got a baby guy too. And he's like, no, cook the baby. Don't cook the baby. Cook the pizza, put the baby on the pizza, deliver it to my house. I want to start a family. Also, I'm really hungry for pizza. All right, that's it. That's done. Thanks.